Welcome back to Wrestling with Ski. It was an odd, it was an odd 3 days of wrestling, I must say. And I mean, not really odd in the worst of ways, but there was a lot of really good stuff. Then there's a bunch of stuff where I'm sure that I'm not the only one like that was watching it and listening that's over some of the stuff. But I mean, there were at least good matches with some of it, which helps. I mean, good matches makes up for, a little bit of stupid here and there. And there was some impressive stuff. It's just there's a lot of, saw that coming as well, and more what was the point. So, we all know how much I love segments where you're literally sitting there going, what the hell is the point of any of that anyway? They seem to love to do it, which I don't understand why, but they do. And they do it all the time. So start out on, Raw to get it going. And they did the recap of last week, obviously. They did put the big one in there though to start off. I mean, last year was in the ring and all that, but I wonder what they're setting up with. Are we going to get swerved, or is he really done with him? Does that mean MVP's contract's coming to an end? I mean, what does it really mean with him, in the Big E match thing before he got attacked, and then asking him to go get water when he questioned him about it, then going out to the main event without him? Like, there was a lot going on, like with what does that all mean going forward between them? I mean, we'll find out. I don't know if that means Lashley's going to be done soon, like his contract starts on, because I think he's still on the best run ever of his career, at least. Where does MVP go? But I mean, can you really afford to get rid of MVP? Because no offense to Lashley, like he is one of those, and you guys can agree, disagree, whatever you want, where half the time he sounds really, really good. And then there's the other half of the time where, well, he doesn't sound really, really good. And you can tell it's just scripted and really bad. So I'm not sure how they're going to end up doing all that. Or again, is it a big swerve? But I mean, I think MVP is still super valuable to that whole thing. He can talk 1,000 times better than Lashley ever could. No offense to Lashley. He does have his moments where he's better. None of us will ever deny that. He's either really, really good or he's really, really not. And there is no in between. And I must say that I'm also really over Big E fighting off, KO and Seth whenever they attack him. Like, it's just, I'm over it. Like, it's just dumb at this point. I get why they're doing it. He wants to win on his own, but it's just so much it hurts my head and it keeps backfiring for him. He gets attacked or anything. So I mean, like, what the hell's the point still at this point? So I don't know. It's just one of those really weird things. But hopefully it's not the end for MVP and Lashley, because I think Lashley still desperately needs him just from a talking perspective. And that's kind of the key to all of it. Yeah, talking. So he kind of needs that, factor there. So we'll see what they do with it all. But I mean, his in-ring stuff has been better than ever. It's just his talking still, I just don't feel it's on par. So got to see how they do with it all, with between Lashley and Big E. Will Big E finally stop defending Lashley whenever he's getting attacked by those two? What are they going to do with MVP? Like, there's a lot of big questions. So we'll see. Bianca Belair defeated Doudrop, and I'll say the match was better than some of the other ones, and the crowd seemed more into it. But I mean, Bianca's so over in most places. You'd expect that. But that KOD was amazing. Even though you saw Doudrop put her foot, I think it was the bottom rope, to help shove her farther, to get her fully up there on the shoulders. But it's still impressive to flip her over, because that's pretty much all on Bianca getting that started. Because I mean, how the hell? I mean, Doudrop can help, but that was good. A good match between Finn Balor and Austin Theory, where Finn got the victory. But I mean, I just found him, getting caught. He's going for the selfie, and that's what caused the loss to be just worthless. And then he went back to Vince after, attacking Finn and all that. Like, he gets a match the next week, but Vince said he loved firing people, especially during holidays. Like, we all know this, but I never liked the thing from the beginning, so that could just be part of the problem. I was never a fan of this whole thing, the whole egg, and then turning into this. I think it's all stupid, but I think that, Finn Balor and Austin Theory could have great matches if they just let them do it. Take all that stupid selfies and all that out of there. Like Bailey said, there's only one Prince Pretty, and he did it up to like 1 million and turned it way up. So we'll see, though. Again, it's just the Vince thing. Oh, there's just something weird about that whole thing. Miz TV with AJ and Omos. They had the recap with Roman Heyman and Brock, all that. Miz does his normal stuff to put more division in between Omos and AJ. Then the Mysterios defeat AJ and Omos after Omos refuses to tag in. AJ attacks him. Da 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 da. Match next week. Really curious as to how they're gonna play that one off. I mean, obviously Omos is gonna have to be the one to do it and get the win, just because it's Omos and they've been building him to be this unstoppable thing. Just like that's why they had him just kill everybody really in that battle royal. So you have him win that, and then I don't know, like have him do something good in the Rumble. Just I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I'm not sure if Omos is ready, but I think AJ will still put on a good fight. And then again, he has his stuff going on in NXT, so maybe that's just he gets mauled there and he goes down there to work with them, because I think he could have some great matches with all that young talent to really see what they have. So there's a good thing there. Now Randy defeated, Orton defeated Chad Gable really, really fast, and then failed to get hit, 3 straight RKOs on Otis. So yeah, like I like that they're making Otis look like this big and unstoppable thing. Are they going to turn it into anything with the tag titles? I mean, I don't know if they're actually going to give them the titles. I mean, I thought Heavy Machinery should have got them at least once, just because. Yeah, because they were on fire. I mean, they really were. I mean, then at one point it was really weird, though. I mean, Tucker was doing all that work all the time, 2-on-1s, everything after Otis got, went through the cell and the elimination chamber, like all that. And he was the one that got fired. Like, and he went off afterwards. It was amazing. But, I don't know if they're going to give him the title shot. I mean, I think RK Brothers got their song. I think they're still, too, over right now, but they could still lose. And then you try to get their thing back and then split them up in due time to have them go at it at Mania for some reason, because I think that'd be a great match. I don't know if they're going to, It's kind of like when Roman came out with his new song. We're going, he's not going anywhere anytime soon. It's one of those, but so many people got new songs now. I don't know. Like, we'll see how it all goes. But again, Chad Gable, like, if anyone deserves a title, I mean, that guy's fantastic. And he proved it in all the singles matches that he's had with all kinds of people. Like, the guy can go. So we'll see what they do with it. I'm still holding out, for, I don't know what they're going to do with it. But, Otis has been, in enough stupid situations. I think it'd be nice to see him have a title. And Chad Gable, again, I still say he should have been the one, not Jason Jordan. Would have made sense. I mean, literally Olympian and wrestling, like, it just made more sense. But it's a whole other story for a whole other day. You guys feel free to come on and talk to me about that whole Jason Jordan, Kurt Angle thing. I still always said it should have been Gable if they're going to pick either of them. And now look at, Gable since then, like the Alpha Academy, like he's proven what he's worth. So I still say he should have been the guy. So we'll see what they do with it. But it was a really fast one. Yeah, really does seem. I mean, they rushed through. I mean, AJ Omos and Mysterios. This one, the next match, Ziggler and Priest, where Ziggler won a count out because Priest was just beating the hell out of Roode outside the ring. That sets up a title match. But I mean, that one went pretty decently. Just dumb ending there, and of course, we had to have the 24/7 title nonsense in there too. But again, Ziggler and Priest, even with Roode there, I think if they let them go, it could really be good. Like, I think they could be fantastic if they just gave them the opportunity to do it, And it all depends on timing, because there's been so many quick, like, what the hell is the point matches? And they're going to have so many title matches thrown in day one. Like, will everyone get a fair schwack of things? I mean, I'm sure everyone will get at least some kind of time, but I think that could be a really, really good one if given the appropriate timing. Cutting Edge with Maurice, we all saw it coming. Another skull crushing finale, like we all saw it. So all these skull crushing finales, let's see what that means going in at day one. Ripley destroyed Queen Zelina really fast. The Liv and Becky stuff, good stuff. I mean, I was At least they did something different by having her attack her at the school. Like that was like we had Seth going to someone's house. We always have people going to their parents' house or going here. I mean, like having them do it at the school. I mean, at least that was different. But see where they're going with it. And again, there's just something about Liv's tone when she's talking, like it's all just the same. Like she can. It's just the tone. Yeah, there's just something about that throws me off. And the Freddy Krueger colored clothes. I mean, I was okay with that too. And then the main event, again, Big E and Lashley. Yeah. Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, like exactly what you'd expect. But this time, as they're on the same team and they're both laid out, this time we got to see Big E, eat some steps, and then Lashley got bombed onto the apron, which we see KO do all the time with the help of Seth, and then Seth hit him with the stomp. So again, that's the one I'm really looking forward to. At day one. Like that one right there, just the talent. What KO and Seth normally do when they're in these things, like they could really. I think that one's not a match to sleep on. I think that's going to be really, really, really good. So we'll see how it plays out until we get there. Really, it's just a lot of stupid to get into. So see where it all goes until we get there. But I think once we get there, the match is going to be great. And who's there going to be to interfere? I mean, again, there could be MVP. We'll see what they do with it. It's funny how they had Cedric and Shelton, back in the Hurt Business doing that until the Goldberg thing was done. Yeah, so I think it could be really, really good if given the opportunity. So looking forward to that. This is on to 2.0. Starts out, Ciampa in the ring, slaps the taste right out of Braun's mouth. Breaker ends up pressing him over his head and just dropping him. And as much as you hear me talk trash about him and all that, like I actually didn't think that was a bad segment. Breaker didn't get to do anything overly, because it's something about the way he talks. He can talk, it's just the way he delivers it that hurts my head. But I actually thought that was a really good. That was a good segment for them. So I even wrote it down. Didn't think was that bad of a segment, actually, for being 100% honest. So I'm finally not dumping all over it, but excited about the match because I still had a great match the first time. I think it's going to be, so much better the second time at New Year's Eve. I just don't know how they're going to do it. Like that's the big question. What do they do with it? With Ciampa and Breaker, like, is this where it's over for Ciampa? And then, well, it's all over. The dream is gone. They're getting rid of everyone else. So, it makes sense. I just don't think it's time. Again, I'm just a Ciampa guy. I know if he stays down there, he can keep working with people and being productive and really like doing good stuff, working with the younger talent to keep building them up, just like Pete Dunne, like Johnny can do. Like, and they don't have to, uplift their whole lives to go on the road and travel all over the place. They can just be right there. And I think it'd be really, really, good for them just personally. I mean, because Ciampa said if he gets up to the main roster, he's going to retire. I think years ago he said that. And again, I think just having that level of veteran talent around, obviously all of you will agree, can't hurt at all, no matter how they're being used in it. So I really am looking forward to see what they do with the title match and where everyone goes. So many people have left. I mean, it'd be nice to see them stick some people, keep some of them around, especially the Ciampas of the world, because they're good. But it was a good segment. Waller, running his suck about AJ on social media that we saw, led to AJ being there, whatever. And then we got into something even better. I'll say Dakota and Raquel, the Street Fight just had the way. I mean, they were beating the hell out of each other before the thing even went to commercial for them to start it, before the match started. And I thought they did a good job with that. I thought they did a good job while they were in the ring. Like they actually let them like go at it, which you don't get to see very, very often. We got to see Raquel, power bomb Dakota onto the stairs and then a trash can for the victory, which, was, again, it was we all figured who was going to win that one, but they literally let them. I just thought for the women, like just for who's running it and where it is, like I thought they let them actually go at it pretty good before they got to the ring, backstage and then during the match. So I mean, I would say thoroughly enjoyed it, but I didn't hate it at all. And it's really saying something for the most part. Normally, how much you hear me talk nonsense about 2.0, and don't worry, that's still coming. But I thought that was like a really good, like high note for the night was those two street fight. Like that was a really good one. turns to Tony D talking trash about Pete Dunne. And again, the character hurts my head. What he does in the ring, minus the mouth, like all that, but what he does in the ring isn't bad. It's just the character playing that. Like, it just hurts my head to no end. Raquel calls out Mandy. Cora answers, and we get to see Mandy pop up on the screen in a bikini at the pool and says there's going to be a triple threat at New Year's Evil. Again, there should be some good stuff there. I mean, that triple threat match, that should be a good match. I mean, I don't think they put it on Mandy to get her, like, just get her here, especially with Toxic Attraction still holding the gold. So I think that we're far from seeing Mandy being done. I can see Raquel really going to the main roster because she's done everything down there. So this could be the way out. She loses and then she's just gone and let Cora have her time and all that. But we'll see how it goes. And then again, Gigi and JC attack everyone from behind, put Raquel through a table that was laying up in the corner. The normal that you'd expect, and I have no problem ever seeing either of them. Like, as a group, they all work well together. I get it. I dig it. And again, just because she was so, there's a different compared to everyone else that was there, especially now, all the bright colors and all that happy stuff. So, it's just, what are they going to do with that? Again, I don't see Mandy losing it after they put it on her like that, especially with Toxic Attraction. I don't think Cora's ready yet. And I mean, what else does Raquel really have to do? And we can all, no matter how much you don't agree with me, what else does Raquel really have to do down there? So, I mean, they could have her lose and then we don't see her. And then boom, suddenly there she is at the Women's Rumble. And that's how she debuts on the main roster, and, push her to whatever they want to, main event or whatever. I see that being one of those things. So, even her and Rhea as a tag, I mean, who knows? But I think this is really going to be the end of the line, because what else does she have to do? I mean, she won the last women's standing match. She's been champion. She's been women's tag champs. I mean, what else is there for her to do? What would her winning the title again mean, especially with the way they've been pushing Mandy's and all that, and Cora? Like, I think it's just that perfect time for her to just say, see you later, bye. Not to like the whole company, but move on up to the main roster and, peace be the journey. But really, I mean, if they do that, what do they really have? The women's picture for that, to be the other people. I mean, Indy's there, Persia's there. I mean, Persia isn't ready. No offense to her. Like, there's not a lot of people that are ready. So we'd have to see how they play with all of it. I mean, I think thinks she should always be in the picture, just because I think she's probably one of the most talented people in there, if not the most, on the women's side. So, it all plays out going forward. But I mean, those are just a few thoughts on it all. I mean, really though, that's a big one. What do they do in that situation? Because again, all of us will agree, most of us at least, that they didn't push Mandy here and Toxic Attraction here if they're just going to have it end there. So, it just doesn't make any sense. Those ugly sweaters at ringside. Yes, Dan, you are right. That's a Vince thing. Gacy with Harlan standing behind him apologizes to Kendrick, and all the normal, include he offended, like all that. Just Kendrick at least said that I'll see him next week. Took the brace off his neck. Like it's just the same thing over and over again from Gacy, like repeatedly. Like there's nothing ever really new to anything. It's just the same promo repeatedly. And really, I just don't even enjoy it. Hannah hates it. Doesn't even, like, she gets up and that's what loses her when we're watching. And she's like, oh, that wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad. And then he comes on like, eh. And she goes right back to her phone. And then I lose her for the rest of the night. Like it's that level of bad. Or she's in there trying to actually watch it. Just, try to get into it and have an opinion on it. And then they come on and just, she's telling them to shut up more than I am. So get rid of that. The Grizzled Young Veterans backstage before the match, and more stupid stuff. We get to see Indy backstage with Persia. Then Waller comes in, runs his suck about John, and I did like him mentioning that the way. So he did, use that one. And then Persia trying to hold back Indy, like that just looked like complete and utter garbage, but that's another story. Creed brothers and Grizzled Young Veterans. I mean, by the end of it, Jack and Time was there, Briggs and Jensen was there, and all hell was breaking loose. Really didn't do much for me. Mello and Trick running their mouth like usual until they turn around and see Loomis on the screen. They jump and walk off, whatever. That platform, we always see Bivens, Roddy, and Ivy watching from up there, and suddenly Roddy's down there attacking Mello. Loomis gets the win to silence. Now puts Trick to sleep. Thank you. As he tried to hit him with his stupid shoe. And we did get to see Waller come out and hit him with a chair from behind Loomis and sitting in. Well, we see AJ arrive. And the moral of that whole match is Roddy and Mello, title unification between the cruiserweight and the North Americans. So we'll see what they turn that into if this cruiserweight title is just completely gone, which means there goes a lot of people's chance to do anything on the show because that title's gone. So, and it probably means the end of Roddy, which means, we all know where we're going. Where I'm going with this, and I'll get more into it here when we get to AEW. But AJ coming out there with Waller, I mean, I will say it was good back and forth. I mean, Waller did it. Yeah, it wasn't as good as AJ, but AJ's got the experience in there. And I did not like, I must say, Waller taking off, Watch doing all that and then just dropping out of the ring. I mean, we've seen other people do that on other shows, like pretty sure we've seen MJF doing, pretty sure we've seen, like, lots of people have done that lately. So I mean, let's not just keep repeating every other person that ever gets in one of those situations. Anyone that watches wrestling that's listening to me now, between AEW and the main roster and 2.0, like, we've seen people do that like repeatedly for the last couple of weeks, which doesn't look good. But we'll see where they. I mean, we'll figure out, I guess, next week with AJ and Amos what's going to happen there. But I think if he goes down there, has a match with Waller, and stays down there, teach people respect me, I think he could do phenomenal. No pun intended. Things down there. Just look at all the talent down there. You'll really find out how good the talent is. Granted, he's had great matches with people like Shane, who really aren't that good at wrestlers. No offense to Shane. So, I mean, they're all going to be good, but you'll really get to test everybody and see what. And I think he could do great things down there. Would he ever be champion? Who knows? But I mean, him going down there just for a one and done, I just don't see the sense in it. I really don't. I think that'd be a waste of time just to have him go down there for a one and done, because all the people he could work with and improve and really test out. But we'll see. I mean, at least he's down there for one thing, and just please God, don't put Waller over. AJ deserves better than that. For everything he's done as wrestling career, especially for the company since he got there, don't have him lose to this guy. He's just not to that. Yeah. And everyone that he's beating, like, he doesn't even need to win in order to, he, one of those characters that he's just going out of his way to do everything he can to piss everyone off, so he can lose and he can keep going and it won't hurt anything. But AJ down there could be a very interesting prospect, don't you think? You can comment. Come on and talk to me. We can have a whole episode about that. Just think of the people he could work with down there. Like that, I think that would be really actually interesting and good to see. MSK and Riddle with their scooters riding around. They're going to call out Imperium next week. And I must say, I did like the mini RK Bro WWE shop commercial that was also in there, getting pulled out of his little fanny pack. Like, that was cool. I mean, if you're an RK Bro fan, I mean, who doesn't like a little mini shop commercial? Idris Enofe defeated Von Wagner, with Robert Stone there, but he rolls him up, steals one, and then we didn't see it coming that Wagner would attack him after the match. Mackenzie back to Earth Imperium. They cut, promo in Italian and German. Good for them. Languages I'd love to learn how to speak, but not in this brain. Io defeats, Elektra Lopez. She still hurts my head, really, and all of it. I don't know. I just haven't been a fan of it, whether it's character-wise, like in the ring. Like, I just don't see the point in it. We see Zion behind them as they're walking to it, but he comes out, takes out Waldo Mendoza, jumps on the apron with the mistletoe, which apparently is in high demand nowadays or something, from what I was reading and seeing. Hard to get by. You should keep it away or something. I don't even remember. Something really stupid. But Escobar pulls him down. He hits his head off the apron, counters Escobar, throws him into the stairs. Io gets the win. Thank God. I think Io's way better than that. So, again, I still think she's one of the most talented people they have on the roster, and she could do phenomenal things. I think she held the place down during all that COVID stuff and all that. So, literally, I thought that was a great title run. So, good on that. And then Pete Dunne defeated Tony D'Angelo, and I know everyone's going to be waiting on me to just dump all over Tony D'Angelo, but really, can't complain about the match. I thought it was actually a good match. Again, I think, his work in the ring, I mean, everyone could always do stuff to get better, but it's there. Like, is it the greatest? No. But is he really young? Yes. Can he get better? Yes. It's the character that kills me. And that's what hurts me the most. And Dunn still did his thing, and Tony still did his thing, and it was good. It was just the character, Tony D'Angelo, the fake Tony Soprano ripoff, just all that. Like, that's what hurts my head. It's not his wrestling. It's the character that just drives me up the wall. And when he hit him with the crowbar, I'll put some quotes around there, you could actually see like Pete's knuckle like move. So he made contact with him. So see where they go with it. Or they play off he's injured and you can't go whatever they're gonna do with it, but hopefully they don't waste Pete. I swear they just gave him a new contract here recently. And again, he's super talented, and I think he could be a great wonder. He's one of those guys who could be a super wonder for all that young talent because they have so much young talent. I think him being around is a good thing, but we've seen before they give people new contracts and then they're gone 5 minutes later. So what the hell do I even know about any of it? But I think Pete Dunne sticking around would be phenomenal just because he can work with so many people and you can just fit a story right in there. Who cares if he thinks someone keeps running around saying they're the toughest guy in NXT and he comes out and tells him to shove off? I'm okay with that as long as he's having good matches, and I like Pete Dunne. So we'll see where they go with that. And that gets us to Dynamite. There's some good stuff. There's some headache-worthy stuff, but there's some good stuff in there. I say like it wasn't actually that bad of a week to me, but yeah, Adam Cole defeated Orange Cassidy. Sorry, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, who I must add, it's not his wrestling ability because whether he's putting his hands in his pocket, but he's still more athletic and all kinds of stuff than I could ever be. Shout out to the TV for blacking out on me. Things been stupid all day, but it's not his wrestling. It's the character. It is totally Orange's character that drives me so far up the wall that it's inconceivable, that it like just drives me nuts. The guy can wrestle. And the normal stuff, Young Bucks and Brandon Cutler come out, best friends come up, break all that up. All that normal stuff you expect to see in there. But to see him, being freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, kick out of the Panama Sunrise, like that was cool. Just because you don't see it, all the time. So I was, down with that again. Kid's talented. Then Fish comes out to cause a distraction. There pops up Kyle O'Reilly, like we all knew it was coming. We all saw it. Then there come the Bucks afterwards, and they all walk out on the Bucks. So we're gonna see what they all do with that. There's a lot they can do with that. Like I said, I'll get to it later. I really, after they walked out, three of them walked out on the Bucks. Whatever they're gonna do with it, I'm sure there's gonna be a match somewhere down the line. With the Young Bucks, the Elite, whatever, against Adam Cole and the pretty much whatever the hell they're gonna call the Undisputed Era. If they're in AEW, what the hell do they call them? Whatever it's gonna be, but I imagine they're gonna wait to finally have that match until Roddy's non-compete's gone out of the way, so that way he could debut to help them win. It's one of those we all see it coming. So, when you all see it coming, anyone tries to tell me that they don't see it coming, you might actually be kind of crazy. But we all know it sooner or later. He's going to show up there and they're going to do it, especially as they're getting rid of the cruiserweight title and all that. Like, it's going to happen. I'm just waiting to see when it's going to be and what they are going to call them after they pull the trigger and do it. Like, that's the biggest wonder what they're going to do to me this whole entire time. But it is weird after how much they played it off, with them breaking them up there at the end of the run in NXT, like in all the matches they had, to have them, all reuniting this quick once they all leave the company. But, regardless, it was a good match. Shivani with Hangman. Brian interrupts this. The next match is gonna have judges. Hopefully they make it so it ends really fast. So it's like, oh, look at that, because I just think the judges thing is just dumb as hell. It's just setting up it's something stupid. Like, correct me where you think I'm wrong, but I think that sounds like the dumbest thing I've heard in a while. But they could prove me wrong. MJF gets on Wardlow and then turns it to Punk. Wardlow just mauls Captain Shawn Dean. Sean Spears yelling at him after the first power bomb to put him down and pin him. And then Spears jumps in and, attacks Dean with the steel chair afterwards and get his in, even though we haven't seen Sean Spears from the hell's the last time I saw him do anything. I think he was going like this. I think that was it forever ago. But, it's just, they're building Wardlow splitting from them. So, I mean, going to see how they play that out. Someone leave him, and picking away at that for a little bit now. So we'll see. Again, I know I keep saying so we'll see, but there's a lot that can happen with it. Depends. Do they do it, keep doing it slow, or do they do it in just one massive, chaotic, just sudden bye-bye that, just really fast, There's a lot of ways they could do that, but they're building up at, that. Can they please? And they did mention Wardlow being in the top 5 in the rankings with his win last week. Like, but when the hell was the last time he beat anyone that actually mattered? And I'm just going to leave it at that. When was the last time that I saw Wardlow beat anyone that actually mattered? I couldn't tell you. Most people couldn't tell you. So I don't give a damn what he's in the top 5. Like, you guys actually have him beat someone that matters. And then I'll care and I'll get behind it. But until then, I really don't care where he's ranked because I haven't seen him beat anyone in a very, very, very long time. Very long time. You don't like it? Too bad. Dan Lambert, Men of the Year, throw a challenge out to Sammy or Cody. At least he did say that Cody was a bigger dick than him, so at least he admitted that he's a dick. But then a waste of time with Britt and Shivani. And at least she talked, Britt talked competently through it. The tributes to Owen Hart, they were nice, but I did find one thing really amazing is, it's AEW, right? AEW Dynamite, like they're doing the Owen thing. It is amazing how, besides Eddie Kingston, there was Mark Henry was there, Adam Cole was there. It was just, and there were more, but it was amazing how. So for like Eddie Kingston, it was all guys that were over at the Machine, NXT, and all that, and just Eddie Kingston talking about their tributes to him. So that was really, really kind of weird. They only had one AEW guy on, like AEW guy, not a guy to spend all kinds of time over in the Machine, and recently came over. Yeah, that was weird, but I'm excited to see what they're going to put together for the tournament and to see what the winner's going to get and how they play it all out. There's a lot of good stuff they could do. There's a lot of dumb stuff they could do, but Martha Hart's going to be there, Dr. Martha Hart, to at the finals and stuff. So I think that I think it's going to be really, really good. The tournament, I think they're going to better put together lots of good matches just because of what it is, not just throw stuff in there just to get people mauled, which they did in the tournament that Bryan Danielson ended up winning against Miro. They literally had Moxers run out there just running people over, and that was it. And I think they should put together fully competent and good complete matches just because it's for Owen. They're finally someone in the wrestling world is finally able to actually use his name for anything, which is a long time coming. So hopefully they do good stuff. I just, still details to come. But I just found it funny that except for Eddie, they were all guys that worked for the Machine, including people that were just over 2.0. Ruby Soho defeated Nyla Rose with Vicky Guerrero there due to the sign getting kicked out. That's one thing, depending on how you feel about it. Talking trash isn't going to help in any situation, but, and my biggest takeaway from that, beside, and obviously Vicky had to get involved, was Nyla attacking from behind, how hard of a time they had getting that jacket off of her, because you could tell they were both, like Ruby and Nyla, having a hard time getting that jacket off with Ruby's wrist. So that was kind of depressing, but I'm glad that Ruby won just because I thought, I think she could have better matches with people and she's more evenly matched, and just there's a lot going on there, experience wise, ability, like all of that. But I just think, you won't be looking at the matches going, they're just going to bulldoze someone. Like, I think she's more well-rounded as of right now over Nyla. So it's really my only big takeaway from the winner of that match. It's just I felt she was more you know, well rounded. So I thought it made more sense for her to win. Serena Deeb says she isn't done with Sheeta, and I'm okay with that as long as they keep having matches. I don't get Malachi Black and the Griff Garrison thing and all that spitting his mist into Julia Hart's eyes. But I mean, I'll say Griff got more in than I thought. But I mean, he lost to a single leg Boston Crab. Pillman got hit as well. I mean, he goes from like coming in doing everything with Cody and Andrade's there, like all of that pack to going against Griff Garrison and spitting this in the eyes of Julia Hart. Like I just don't understand all of that. But if you do, please comment, let me know. You can even come on here and explain your side of it to me. I just, yeah, just don't understand. Unless again, like I thought weeks ago, like maybe that was Pac that he was, yeah, did all that too during that vignette during Winter is Coming, and maybe it'll lead to something. But tag team wise, I just, no offense to Griff or Pillman, I'm just not sure they're, at the level of Malachi Black. I mean, can they probably hold their own? Yes, but are they there? I just don't think they're there yet. If that makes any sense, you get what I'm getting at. So we'll see. Big Money Matt is doing talking about how they need to take out Jurassic Express, and then they'll be number one contenders. And obviously, Jurassic Express and Christian respond afterwards. So when I say Jurassic Express, I mean Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus just stood there. But when you're that big, you do what you want. We'll see how the match is. And then I will say Sting, Darby Allin, and CM Punk defeating MJF and FTR. I thought it was actually a pretty, decently good match. Sting with the Punk crossface and lightning bolts painted on his face was a nice touch. Punk with the scorpion on his right leg wearing long pants and an old school like Stinger style face paint from back in the day. That was nice. MJF running like hell every time Punk got tagged in while he was the legal man. Them even going through the crowd and coming back at one point. That was nice to try to avoid him. And MJF did land really awkwardly, like on his head on the outside there when Sting threw him over. So hopefully that, much as he hurts your, brain, hopefully, I mean, you saw him run off and running a suck after the match, but that was an awkward landing. So hopefully, he didn't feel anything weird afterward and it's all gone. Cause I did look at it and go, yeah, it hurt. But we'll see where it goes after, they get the win there. But overall, I mean, minus, some stupid in there. Because there's always got to be stupid and fast matches. Like I'd say, it was a solid, probably the most solid 3 days of wrestling. Yeah, we had in a while. Again, the Gacy, you're not going to be able to do anything about that. Stupid quick matches, not going to be anything. Yeah, nothing you could do about that. They're always going to happen. Hey, we didn't see Brass Knucks this time. There's a plus. No one on the mic sounded egregiously terrible. So there's that too. A damn jacket on that wrist. That was a big bad one, but there's a good stuff. I'm not dumping all over the whole entire week. So far, leading into Christmas, having the I was gonna have judges and all that in the next, like, please God, let it end like way sooner than an hour and freak everyone out. So the judges mean nothing. It's just going to judges' scorecards. It's a guarantee. It sounds like something stupid is going to happen. And I mean, it's such a good match the first time. I just don't want to see just egregious stupid happening, even though it's all the guaranteed. But it was good. I mean, again, it could be better, but for 3 days, I mean, worst thing I have to say about 2.0 was, 2.0. They did talk during the Owen thing too. See, correct myself there at the end. But 2.0, I mean, nice. Tony D'Angelo talking. His character hurting my head. And Gacy, like, I mean, the matches weren't bad. The talking was good. Minus, like, that was good. Let's see what they do with Lashley and them. See where they go with Miz and them. Like, there was some good stuff in there. That KOD was amazing. The crowd was into it. So it was overall not that, horrific. Could have been way, way worse. I expected it to be way, way worse because, well, normally it's way, way worse. But damn, Wardlow being in the top 5. Who the hell? Like, I've seen him in a lot of matches lately. Who the hell did he beat? No one really that you even know, but granted, wins are wins. But yeah, that part hurt my head. But overall, it was a good 3 days to me. So please, again, Like, share, comment, repeat on all videos shared out, no matter what system, platform you're on, or what are you listening or watching. Share it out to your socials to get more eyes and ears on it. Helps me out, helps you out. Comment and tell me what you think, or message me on Facebook or somewhere. Like, let me know what you think. Hell, even throw a rating out there on Facebook and all the other pages, and subscribe to everything. Helps me out immensely. Don't forget the show tomorrow night for SmackDown on Christmas Eve, and then there's a Christmas night show for Rampage, so that should be exciting. That actually sound like there's a fairly decent card, so that should be good. So enjoy your Christmas, be good to each other. I'll be back next week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to please follow on all the platforms shared out. Give me some ratings and comment and let me know what you think. And I'll see you after Christmas. So enjoy your holidays. See you next week. Peace.